Hi guys, Jared here. Welcome to 5 Minutes of Power. I've entitled today's message, So What is Faith? Before we start, really quick, what is 5 Minutes of Power? Because we're living in a fallen, negative world, whether we realize it or not, on a daily basis we're taking in so much negative and unbelieving thoughts. This comes through media, happens in regard to the internet, happens at home, at work, through friends, family, and most of these thoughts that come to us are working against God's promises and life for us. So it's vital that we renew our minds daily to the love of God, promises of God, and the Word of God. The only problem is we're living in a time and an age where we have such busy lives that from the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep, most days we just don't have 45 minutes to an hour to listen to a sermon. This is where 5 minutes of power comes in. The idea is to give you a short, refreshing message that will empower you and give you something to meditate on for the rest of the day. Okay, let's go. So what is faith? What many people think faith is not faith at all. What many people think faith is it's something that we do to move God. Now first of all, God does not need to move for anybody. He's already moved through Jesus. Okay? But I'll give you a few examples of what we've been taught, Christians have been taught for many years about what faith is. Okay, let's say a person needs healing. They've been taught that they need to do a whole lot of confessions, make sure they've got no more generational curses, make sure that they've forgiven everybody, make sure they've done this, that, and the other. And the list goes on and on and on. And then once we've done this whole list of things, we've done your 700 confessions about how God is going to heal you, or done all the things down the list, then God looks at you, gives you the nod of approval, gives you a tick, and He'll come and respond. Remember this word, respond. He'll come and respond to you and heal you. That is the most frustrating and burdensome thing, because in a roundabout way, we're trying to twist God's arm around to convince Him to heal us. Man, that's a huge burden to try and convince God to heal you. Okay, let's keep going. Ask me how I know this. Because for so many years as a believer, that's what I did. I would confess all the time, do my confessions about if it was for healing, for finances, right life partner, whatever it was. And for so many years, honestly, I hardly saw any results. Now don't get me wrong. I'm all for confession of the Word. I believe doing your daily confessions and confession of the Word is probably the most crucial part of our faith walk. But we need to know why we're actually confessing the Word of God. Okay, let's keep moving. Now, for many years in my Word of Faith background, I've had to unlearn a lot of things that I've learned. Now, I still am absolutely a Word of Faith man. And I'm also absolutely a grace man. But there are hundreds of thousands of people, of Christians, that will not go back, even walk back into a church because they're so disillusioned and disappointed because they think that God failed to provide them what people said that He would do. Or they think, man, I must have missed it somewhere, I've sinned somewhere, I've done this wrong somewhere, and they fail to follow this whole list that we've been taught to do. And when we did the whole list of all these things, God didn't come out after you pulled all the right strings. God didn't come out and respond and come and heal you. Alright, let's keep going. It's like giving a dog a bone. That as soon as you've done all the right tricks, yep, well done, you did all the right tricks, and you give him the bone. In a roundabout way, this is how we've been seeing God for many years. That we do all the different things to get God to come and respond to our good works, our faithfulness, our giving at church, our worship, and then He's going to come and respond. Just bear with me, we're going to get you somewhere. Okay. So what is faith? Okay. Hebrews 11:1 says, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Want to know a really cool description of faith? Faith is just our positive response to what God has already, past tense, provided by grace. Or, faith is just our appropriating what God has already provided by grace. Another way to remember it is faith in the Old Testament was always looking forward at Jesus coming to the earth. Alright? Jesus came to the earth, died on the cross, and fulfilled and provided everything we could ever need for this life. So now, from now on, New Testament, we are always looking back at a fact of what Jesus provided at the cross. I'll say it again. Old Testament's looking forward at something God's going to do, the return of Jesus coming to the earth. New Testament, Jesus has already come to the earth, provided everything that we could ever need, and we're looking back at a fact at what God has already provided through Jesus. Okay, let's keep going. And many Christians see God as the great I'm going to be. God's going to heal me someday. He's going to prosper me someday. He's going to give me the right life partner someday. But for now, he doesn't want to do anything. Guys, it's a lot harder. If we basing our faith and our belief in something God is going to do, something that's going to happen, we have to consider that if it's going to happen, it might not happen. However, if we base our belief system on something that's already happened, that's already a fact, it's history, it's past tense, it's done through grace, it's so much easier to put our belief, our faith and our trust in something that's already happened, past tense. And everything that you and I could ever need on this earth, salvation, healing, abundance, peace, etc., was all provided at the cross through Jesus Christ. Okay. It's a lot more reassuring than something that you're not sure if it's going to happen or not. So, in conclusion, faith, we don't have faith in something God is going to do. We don't have faith in us doing a whole lot of different things that God says, okay, yep, you've done enough works, there's your tick, I'll heal you, I'll provide for you. No. Faith is our responding to something that God has already provided through Jesus Christ. And when we respond and say, thank you, Daddy, we know that you've already provided this need, it's that faith that causes things to manifest in the flesh. Guys, we've gone way over time. Faith's a topic that we could talk on for weeks and weeks and weeks. Hope this has blessed you. Until next time, God bless.